Good day, great people of God, and welcome to another video by Ishmael N. And today's video, is a unique one because it's a testimony, my testimony. And I'm sharing this testimony because I believe it's gonna inspire some of you or many of you when it comes to the works of God or the goodness of God or the faithfulness of God. I just want you to realize that the God that we serve is living. He is not a liar. He is a God of miracles, breakthroughs and all. So I'm just glad that even in my own life, as I'm always sharing these messages to you every day or most times, the God that I'm talking about, the messages, the prayers that I give you and all, they are alive, they are real. And there are miracles, there are work, like God is so wonderful, So let me start with my testimony. This has to do with, I don't know, can I call it a sudden job or what? But I was not really expecting it. And I was not so into it. This will also inspire you when I make some videos and then tell you to relax when you realize that maybe things are taking time. Because with the job that I applied, I was in a relaxed state, I applied for a job and I remember it was last year November. Then I eventually even thought they were not going to call. But then December, they called me out of the blue as in a form of a surprise. And I almost hang up that call, because usually I get calls from that from the similar number or from numbers which start with the same digits as the number they called me, and most of them you found that those are the calls or the numbers for scams or for adverts when they want to advertise something to you. So they called me and I felt like, let me just allow this phone to or maybe this call for them to hang up so that I can also block that number afterwards. So that's actually what I did. When they were calling, I just looked at my phone and I was like, let me just wait for them to hang up and then I'll block this number. So something just told me to just pick so that I just listen to the voice and then hang up and then block the number. So instead of just letting the phone ring, I just decided to pick it up. After picking it up, I'm waiting for that machine to talk, But it was so surprising that a real person called me. As the person called me, they were like, "Can I speak to Ishmael?" I was like, "What the? I hear some people trying to advertise some things, like what's going on?" And then they took me to the manager or so. And then now they started asking me questions. And then I asked them back, or like, what's going on? Like, what is this call all about? Then that's when they told me, they were like, no, actually, we're the people from this place. So I realized that it was relating to what I studied, because I studied things which had to do with research. In fact, I studied microbiology and biochemistry. So those are my studies. So they spoke about working in the lab and all those things. So I was like, oh, okay. Then I was like, oh, maybe it's not a scam. Maybe it's one of those jobs I applied for. But I wasn't really even applying for jobs. I never felt like really applying it last year, I was not in such a need or So, but then, yes, at the end, I realized they were interviewing me as a surprise. They didn't even prepare. I wasn't even prepared for that interview. And then they were like, they're gonna let me know the following day whether I succeeded in an interview or not. And I was supposed to start the job on that following Monday. I think the day they called me, it was a Wednesday. So the following Monday, they were like, you're supposed to come this side and then you start your job. So they never got back to me, because I think when they called me, it was early December, around 11th of December. So in fact, I was even kind of hoping they don't call me back, because I was like, no, I have to now prepare myself to relocate. No, I don't think I'm ready. Maybe if they were to call me for January, that would be awesome. So So I forgot about it. They never got back to me. And I remember when my brother-in-law, he was like, "Oh God, I call you. But to me, I was kind of hoping. I just never told anyone that, hey, I'm hoping they don't call. Surprisingly, on the 23rd, they called me, and I had left my phone. I had went out, left my phone on the charger until they called me on my other phone, because I have two phones. And then that's when they were like, "Yeah, remember the job, the interview you did, the job that we told you about? Now it's sorry for getting back to you late, but you got the job. Can you start there in January? Blah, 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 blah." So, wow, it was amazing. Like, I got inspired at the end of the day. I was in a relaxed state, something which I tell some people when I'm encouraging you, when you are discouraged. Like, I was no longer stressing about it, or not. In fact, not no longer, because I never stressed at all. But I was relaxed. I was just living life according to how God is giving me. So I didn't even care. I was even deep down hoping they don't call me. I was even kind of glad. But just because I was in a relaxed state, they called me on the other phone. When they had noticed that my phone is ringing but I'm not picking up, they had to call me on the other number. So what I'm telling you is that when God blesses you, when God has something special for you, He will make it a point it gets to you. At first, remember, I didn't even want to pick up the phone. Even when they called me the second time, I almost never picked up, because they called me on the other number. And according to my knowledge, I only know that they know my other number. I forgot that in my CV, I registered also, or I wrote or I gave my other number. So as I picked up, I also kept quiet on that call until they started speaking. They were like, "Can I talk to Ishmael?" Then I was like, "Oh, okay." Then I recalled that, yeah, it must have been that they got my other number, my alternative cell phone number. So it was amazing to me. I was like, wow, the time when I was not stressing, when I was relaxed, now God does this. Then I recalled, and every day, one thing that I can tell is that I was always praying in a manner that, like, I should get a job. But I was not praying for this exact job. I was praying for something for this other job as well. Was like, I remember one time I even made a video. I think it was on early November or late October, when I was like, I think it was November, but it was for a November video where I was talking about you must confess what you want to see. Take it 30 days and be confessing every day. Do not stop. So even I would always confess, I'm getting this job. So surprisingly, I got a job, although that was not the one that I was confessing for or confessing about. But the job, it's almost like, I feel like it also attracts even things which are related to what you are confessing about. When you do not give up praying, confessing, and all those things, So for a job located me, not even exactly the one that I was praying about, but another job came to me, a good job, like that was relating to me. So I felt so touched and inspired, and was like, wow, God is so wonderful. I haven't even gotten to a period where that job, I'm supposed to get that other job that I'm praying for, but now I've gotten an offer. So that's amazing. I was not even stressed. That's why I was saying, some people, when you pray, whether it's marriage related, whether it's whatsoever, pray even when things are not working. Because there was a time in which it almost stressed me a bit when I was not getting I was like, I should get a job. Will I ever get a job? I asked myself those questions. But surprisingly, I had forgotten about it and started living my life. And then, boom, out of the blue, or out of nowhere, unexpectedly, job located me. So I believe God is going to do the same thing to somebody. If you believe, if you keep on believing, keep on doing your things, working for God, He's going to surprise you. He's going to surprise you. God is so amazing, God is so amazing. Out of the blue, when you're relaxed, look at it. I remember that morning I was even praying before they called me, but I was no longer even thinking about that job. But out of the blue, so when God has planned something amazing, sometimes it's just a matter of time. Even I made some video even about that. Some of the things you just have to wait upon God. It's no longer up to you, but now you just have to wait for the right manifestation. Look at me. It was on the 23rd. Who would have expected? Because it was a day before Christmas Eve. So like, no one expects to be called for a job. You'll be like, they will call January, or to start employing January, February, and all those things. But surprisingly, out of nowhere, God shows up. So do not predict God. Do not say that God is only gonna bless me in this time because the people, they only work during these times. No. And if I don't pick up, no, like what's meant for you will come to you. That's the God that we serve. So I hope this video inspired somebody. It is inspired somebody. Okay, but then I think it's good for you to know this before I conclude the video about the job that I got. But I decided not to take it. But for some reasons I had to relocate, and it seems like my family, they were not really pleased with it. That is the main reason. Beside it, I think the pay was okay. It was okay, but yeah, I realized it was gonna inconvenience me in some ways. So yeah, especially relocate. Plus my families, all family members were not happy that I should relocate. They didn't feel good about it. So at the end I was like, perhaps God has something better. And also I decided not to take the job. I was like, I know what, I'm just glad God showed his faithfulness to me. Perhaps maybe he has some other plans. But then I was grateful. I even got a contract, for that matter. I'm not talking about an empty promises. I saw the contract. All was left for me was to sign. So yeah, but I didn't take it. But I thank God at the end of the day. That's why I'm saying it's amazing. The Lord does not owe me. He gave me, and if indeed he wants to give me something better, that's what I must pray for his grace, and give me another job which I will feel more comfortable with, So that's my prayer. But all in all, I thank God for his faithfulness, and I hope somebody is inspired, is encouraged. When you are praying every day, God out of the blue is going to be a surprise. You'll just be surprised that you get employment, financial breakthroughs, your marriage. It happens like that. I tell you, like, I once gave a testimony, even when it comes to relationship ones, like wise, out of the blue, when you're no longer expecting, find that you meet your spouse. That's how God works. So don't rush him. Just do your thing. Pray, commit yourself, and then relax your mind. Live your life. Before you know it, God is gonna do something amazing. He did it for me. Sudden job out of the blue. A job even followed me. That job, it followed me. That's how I call it. I didn't even want it, but it came. It chased me. So I believe even to you, you're gonna get a job, you're gonna get a financial breakthrough, you're gonna get married, breakthrough in every areas of your life, healing. Just relax, keep on praying. That's why I say, even that morning, I remember I was praying just for the sake of praying. Then a job located me. So I hope someone is blessed and stay blessed, and remember to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you're notified every time I upload new videos like this. DM me if you want prayer requests or advices, as well as you can just email me. Like today's video if you feel inspired and motivated, as well as share with those who might need to hear this testimony. And as for me, Ishmael and your priest, I will see you in the next coming video. Stay blessed and take care.